Let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2022.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. This is our first AMA back in the building, Immunify.Life.
Good to be here.
Good to be back, really. Good to be back, even though we didn't even have some time off. It was basically work all the way through, which was fantastic. We had a lot to do in preparation for this year. So, it's been a very good start to the year. We've been very busy here under the hood of Immunify.Life. As you can see, the growth of the community has been basically in a bull flag. Explosive, dynamic, and it was all due to a partnership as well as a competition that we held in Immunify.Life. So that was amazing. That growth was huge. We just ticked over 6,000 on Twitter, and we've also ticked over, I think it was about 5,000 and something on Telegram. So, I mean, that was a really good campaign. We're going to be doing more of those in the future. And yeah, it just gives us a nice solid foundation. It's very active now. We're getting a lot of DMs, guys. So if you are DMing us, sorry for the late response. As you can imagine, hundreds and hundreds of inbox questions and partnerships, etc. So just bear with us. But thank you very much for being there and supporting us.
Yeah, thanks for chatting in the group. We love that.
Yep, just keep that up, keep the flow going. Guy, would you like to say something on that?
No, just welcome to all the new members. I also have been really impressed with the way that the team's growing and the level of engagement, because it is really all about the community in the end and the support you give us. So welcome, and I know that in the long term you will not be sorry for participating.
Yeah, totally. We have a lot of stuff to update you today. We're going to keep it quite brief. Of course, this is about the IDO date being postponed for now. So we're going to bring a lot of clarity to that. So we're going to start off there very shortly, and then we're going to go into some of the reasons why this has happened, what's been going on, and we'll have a look at just when the next one is, when are we going TGE, etc. Because we can't wait, the community can't wait, our partners can't wait, and we've got a lot to update, so a lot of growth coming through in the next month or so. So we'll update you with that. I'm just giving you a bit of the rundown. And once we've gone through the IDO, we've got a special guest in the building. We're going to introduce our new CMO. He's going to say a few words. And then we're going to go into some of the positive stuff. Well, I mean, talking about more positive. I mean, how could you get more positive than our new CMO? But we've got a lot of development and growth coming through as well. So we're going to do that. And then we've had quite a few questions on Twitter, mostly around the IDO. Not really. It was more about the other stuff, more technicalities. Also, what is Immunify.Life? This is all from the newcomers. But what we've done is we've got our marketing team, beautiful Sarah, marketing lady in there that is basically siphoned through and got some key questions for us to go through that is relative to this. But then also we're going to open it up to the community. So we're going to say, right, guys, go now. And in the Telegram, just write your question and we'll pick through that. So we'll probably spend about 5 minutes doing that. If there's any questions, if not, that's fine. Please just continue asking them in the group. So essentially, that's just the rundown. And if there's anything else we need to update you through this, let's go for it. So I think let's start off from the very top, and the most important and probably the reason why you all are here is the IDO with Trustpad being delayed and postponed. So, I mean, we've had a very positive reaction from our VCs, venture capitalists, our investors, and also the community. So we're very happy about that. We've had some overwhelming support. Nothing's been negative, which is fantastic. So I think we should hand it over to Guy. Guy, would you like to give us your point about this? And you go and tell the community from your angle.
Yeah, okay. Thanks very much, Omar. And I guess I should start by saying we it's never easy to make a decision to delay an exciting project, and we didn't take it lightly. So we consulted with all our advisory groups, and we made the decision to delay the launch. The thing that's really underlying my thinking on this is when you have a vision for an organization which is to improve health and well-being of those people in need, you have to do everything you can to protect the integrity of the project. You only get one chance to launch, and so we need to do it right, and we need the market conditions to be working in our favor. So that's really the underlying thinking behind why we decided to delay. But the good thing is there's actually some positives. This has given us a little bit more time to consolidate the great work we're doing in Africa. Daniel's going to talk a little bit later about the great work we're doing there. This is world first research. So in the next coming weeks, we'll have great news and more substantial developments to announce there. Also gives us the chance to work on some of our liquidity boosting tools, our staking mechanism, our liquidity pools, and our DeFi charity arm. So as you would know, the bigger your TVL is, the more robust your project's going to be, the more underlying support and protection you have for your token price. So that's only going to be a good thing for us. And the third thing, which might even be the most exciting element of delaying the project, it will give us time to probably announce a really substantial partnership with a major organization who has a very strong footprint in Africa. They're very aligned to us strategically. And we were initially having to probably do that after launch, but now we'll be able to probably get that in before the launch. So that's also great news. So in balance, although it's frustrating, it's certainly been frustrating for us. It is a tough decision to make, but in the end, there are a lot of positives, and we're really looking forward to delivering a spectacular launch in the near future.
Thanks for that, Guy. Yes, no, it's very, very important to keep the project informed and everyone of the community knowing what's going on here. So it's good to be so transparent with everyone, and we're really looking forward to the IDO when we do get there. We're all very, very excited for it. I think one of the main reasons is obviously the volatility in the market, and we do happen to have a great resource here with Omar. So should we just... Omar, do you want to just tell us what you're starting to see?
Oh, on the spot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. But I just want to add on that as well. It's we're also noticing that there are quite a few launch pads and IDOs that are getting pushed off. Some are going through the storm, which is good on them if you want to do that. But as Guy said, we have been advised by our launch pad to do this as well if we haven't hit these key milestones, which we could have launched. But now, as Guy said, this is an opportunity to build those up, which we were going to do anyway. But now we're making them more robust, audited, and it's going to be an amazing launch because, as Guy said, you can only do it once. But one of the main critical points here, as Guy did mention, is the markets and the condition of the markets, the volatility of the markets. It's been a bit of a rough start for not only the crypto market, but we are looking at the S&P, the NASDAQ, most of those traditional markets. There's a lot of uncertainty in the markets. I mean, I'm sure you guys have just seen recently that the US inflation rate has gone up to 7%. That's the highest in 40 years. And some people think that's really good for the dollar, but then they're also is good for Bitcoin, but then there's also some other interest rates getting risen, and they're trying to essentially keep the dollar as strong as possible with their ways. So that's why the stock markets, you're having this huge volatility, and we don't know where we're going, to be fair. And currently Bitcoin is, as we all know, that Bitcoin is one of the leading index in the sphere, in the field and into the crypto markets. So you can only go off that. And of course now Ethereum for me. And Ethereum is really good for when it comes to altcoins and the movement of altcoins. So looking at Bitcoin right now, I did say last week that we do see that there is going to be a bullish relief on the 12-hour and the 1 day, which we have seen recently, like very recently over the last, since I'll say Wednesday, which we did see. But that's going to be short-lived, I would say. Hopium just sort of kicked in there, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we're going to move back up to like 47,000, etc." But we didn't. We haven't been able to cross over there, not even past the 45,000. And so what tends to happen now is we're going into the weekend. There's going to be a bit of weekend volatility, and then I would say probably next week, the 1 to 2 weeks, we may see a little bit of a downturn to a degree. But again, we've got the fear and greed is at its lowest levels for a very long time. So usually you would say, well, this is a really good opportunity for a bounce. We got it, but it's going to sort of stay at these levels for the next couple of weeks. And we were going to launch in 5 days. So what we look at here is Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is doing something quite interesting. I mean, if you look at Ethereum right now, we haven't got a chart here, but essentially we've got this major horizontal level, which is basically was our support. We've fallen through it. We've gone back up to test it. It's now resistance, and we're not getting above it. So
it's not looking great.
It's not looking the best for altcoins. Bitcoin could consolidate here for a while, but Ethereum and altcoins are going to do this sort of pump and run sort of situation where they bump up a little bit, come back down. So it's not good market conditions. And then another thing is, which is going to put a lot of people in a little bit of turmoil, is on the Bitcoin higher timeframes. We do see a death cross that is coming through, which is the 50 moving average crossing the 200. Now, Bitcoin, you will see a lot of influencers talk about this very soon, but for me, it's a lagging indicator, and I don't see too much about it. Recently, Bitcoin has ignored these, even the golden cross. You might see a little bit of price movement initially, because that's the retail looking at the YouTubers that are saying, oh, no, it's a death cross, we're going down. But that's just essentially a lagging indicator, and people might trade it, people might not. But it's just one of those things. So it's just sort of all of these are combining into a sort of rapid sideways movement. So that, in all, is a reason why we don't think it's the best time to launch right now. Now, best market conditions, you would say is Bitcoin across 53,000. And if it got across there, you would see altcoins go very well. And if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, we're seeing quite a wedge, a descending wedge there. So this means that we could see some sort of lower highs, lower lows to a degree, which is sort of like it's a bullish pattern in the longevity, but we could see the dominance sort of keep falling with a bit of a double bottom, which means that Bitcoin will move and the altcoins will drag. So all in all, towards the end of this month to the beginning of next month, we don't really see that the conditions suit a good launch, because everyone's going to be holding onto their bags. They don't want to move anywhere because they're just a bit concerned. They're holding in fiat, and it's just a lot of fear. So that is my sort of take on it.
Just a quick, simple review.
Yeah, let's not get too into it.
Nothing too major.
That's nothing too. It's just to give you an idea of what's going on.
Thanks for that, Omar.
Thank you very much. Let's move on. If you have any questions in the group, please let us know. Around that, happy to answer any questions in the group. Now, moving on, let's welcome a new team member, someone that's an amazing person.
We're very, very excited to have Renato on the team. We've had him for a week or so.
Yeah, about a week.
Just powering through the work. It's amazing.
Totally. A slow start in his mind, but he's been doing some amazing work here. So let's welcome him in. You have seen him. We did do a write-up about him at the beginning of the week last week, I think. But let's just get him in here.
Let him introduce himself.
Yeah, Renato, you there?
Hey guys. Hey, I'm Renato. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really excited to join Immunify. I have a little bit of a funny story to tell you guys how I joined it. And I already told this to the team, but I have a blog where I cover all types of user cases of blockchain outside of finance. And months ago, I covered how blockchain could impact healthcare, and specifically opioids, which is kind of like a crazy synergy, because it was literally March. And once they approached me for this job, they had no idea that I actually wrote that. So I've been in the business, in marketing business since 2002 as a public relations and marketing. And since 2015, 16, exclusively on blockchain. I launched the first Brazilian only blockchain and cryptocurrency only marketing agency. I worked in several projects. I made a lot of money for them. No arrogance there. And my last job. And Immunify actually fished me out of Emurgo, which is the commercial arm of Cardano. I was working there as a CMO for about a year, and it was a great job. Obviously, Cardano is just a fantastic blockchain and to be around that kind of people and just be surrounded by geniuses was really amazing for my career. But I really wanted to focus on something that was a little bit bigger than just cash grabbing and a little more related to social good. So that's the reason why I was I just resonated with Immunify, and after speaking and getting to know everyone. I just feel very much at home, extremely motivated. And yes, I just want to give you guys my all. And yeah, just so that's I'm here for the game. Let's go.
Awesome. You know, we're super excited. We never thought that we'd be able to get such a prize catch out of Emergo, but you never know till you try. And no, we were very, very excited when we actually came across Renato, and we knew not only was he a brilliant marketer, but he actually had a passion for what we were doing and such a strong alignment. And it was like a natural fit. So, yeah, we're very excited and making great progress.
I'm very excited to be here, guys. It's really, I honestly, I am at heart a capital. Well, at heart, I mean, I am a humanitarian. Even though I love money and capitalism and Bitcoin and APYs and all that, I love all of that. But working as a marketer, working with that, it's just a story that gets a little bit old at one point. And I really wanted to tell stories about how we can leverage this technology to save lives and improve. It just changed the world. That's what I'm here for. And I think that I've been in this space long enough to consider myself an expert without any kind of arrogance. But so I think that I can bring a lot to the table.
Yes, you can. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. Now,
well, thank you.
We're going to cross over to Daniel Kenny. Let me just mute you there, Renato, our CEO at Immunify.Life. He's going to give us a little bit of an update around the HIV study in Kenya, Zambia, etc. So
there's a lot of real world progress going on at the moment. So we're just hitting goals and really hitting some major milestones in these clinical programs. So it's really exciting, and we'll just bring some of the real world stuff in here.
Totally. Well, I'll allow you to speak. There you go, Danny.
Yes, hello everyone, and thank you, Tony and Omar, for the introduction. And I'd like to extend my welcome to Renato. He's a real talent, and he's going to do great things at Immunify. And in the past 2 weeks, it's been an absolute pleasure to be working with him and have him on our first AMA. And although the IDO postponement is clearly disappointing for all of us in the community, I want to reassure everybody that 2022 has kicked off with tremendous progress. I think we've done more progress in the past few weeks and in the lead up to the Christmas New Year break with our 3 therapeutic areas. And just to remind people who are new to the community, because the community has expanded tremendously over the past few weeks, we expect to have our first patient in the HIV study recruited within the next month. We've done a lot of work with our colleagues in Kenya, and our coders have been very busy making some changes to the platform. And so just to give you a further insight, we've done some user experience, user interface with the doctors in Kenya on our clinical screens, and we've done some basic field testing with them, and we're making some changes to make this program really fly. Just to give everyone an update, we'll be recruiting 600 patients in the study, ultimately going to 1,000 patients across Kenya, and half the patients will receive Immunify tokens to be incentivized. And we'll be conducting this throughout Kenya in 6 centers. So it's really important that we've done that field testing, that the UI UX experience. And a really exciting development is the fact that the African clinical director of AMPATH has effectively joined the team, and we're using some of the AMPATH protocols. And we'll put a spotlight article out for the community to understand the significance of that collaboration. AMPATH is a leading NGO in Africa with a particular strong presence in Kenya. And so our MWUST University colleagues have reached out to AMPATH, and so they're providing some technical support for us in our program, which does make it a very compelling world-first set of research. So more information on that, but we're making tremendous progress, and I'm here to tell everyone that I think we'll be recruiting our first patient within the next month. In terms of Zambia, moving from HIV now to COVID in Zambia, we are working with an NGO in Zambia, the World Foundation, and we will be hopefully in the coming month or two launching a COVID study using our Immunify solution in Zambia with 3 government clinics. And so we're now going through the ethics and regulatory approval for that. But look out for some videos. We're shooting some videos to give you a sense of the area, the clinics, the people that we're going to be dealing with as we move forward with the pandemic. The third area of therapeutic interest is opioids. We haven't forgotten this area, and what is, on one hand, an exciting development, but quite challenging, and on a humanitarian level, distressing to see that everywhere we talk to doctors, government officials on HIV in Kenya or COVID in Zambia, everyone talks to us about opioids and how it is a global problem. And so I can see our opioid program that we're doing in New Mexico expanding right around the world. So we're moving forward with developments on that. And the final update, because we've got a lot of other things to talk about, is final technical evaluations for NFT certificates for COVID. And we'll be doing some in-field testing in Africa on that. So lots of progress, lots of great connections with AMPATH, really tremendous changes based on some field testing. And I think our flagship program, HIV in Kenya, we expect to be reporting within the month our first patient on that study. So back to Omar and Tony, and that's an update.
Thank you for that, Danny. Are you there, Guy?
Do you want to say something,
Yeah.
Guy?
Yes, yeah. I just wanted to say congratulations, Daniel. You've been heading up these programs and doing a really good job. And for the community, why is this important? Well, it's important for 2 reasons. One, these are 3 distinct use cases where we are going to be making significant impact on people's health and well-being, using crypto really in a completely new way. And the second element is that these are 3 distinct token use cases. So we are going to be showing the value of collecting data and incentivizing people in these 3 different areas: for disease management with HIV, for COVID certificates, and also for opioid addiction management. So these are all 3 very, very big global opportunities to drive health improvement, but also drive token demand and the token economy. So it's really very, very exciting.
Yeah, it is indeed, and it's really moving quite quickly. I think for the community, just to touch on what's happening here, because it's not really I guess you'd say, a traditional cryptocurrency progress here that's going on. What we're starting to see here is the real world progression of a pharmaceutical business. So what happens here is that the first step is ethics approval to go and get that. So in Kenya, for example, we have already achieved that step. The next step is to achieve regulatory approval. That's where the government says that you can do something like this, which we've achieved. The next major step is actually to recruit patients. So as Daniel's just said, we're about to hit that milestone in the coming month. And so once we recruit that patient, the next huge milestone is interim reporting, where we start to report some of the results that we get. And that's really when we, after that is final reporting and publishing the study. So we're getting quite a way through this program, and it's getting very exciting, because once we get this study published, it will be published in a medical journal, and that then will give us the firepower that we need to push this project to many other countries, many other jurisdictions, and throughout the world. So very, very exciting stuff.
Well said all. Well said all. Okay, so just in the meantime, if there's any questions around that, please remember to go down into our Telegram and ask them, because we are going to be asking them at the very end. We're going to give you 5 minutes to or maybe about 2 minutes to just ask some questions, and then we'll answer them live. So quickly, we'll move into the next stage. So we've got this is the rapid question firehouse thing that we do. We need a name for it, really, the segment. But essentially, question and answers. Okay, but rapid fire. Yeah, short barrel. Let's go. So I'm just waiting for Sarah to put some of these questions up right now. So we've got about, what is it, 5, I think. I don't know. Yeah, they're not even there yet. So essentially, we don't know what these questions are. She's picking them out right. Oh, here comes the first one. She's picking them out right now, and then we answer them quickly. So this is the first question. Okay, I'm not going to read the person's name out because that's a bit rude. You pushed the IDO. Yes, sir. Yes, we did. Is there a real reason for it? Well, yes, we have just stated above. I mean, market conditions. Also. Some of market conditions is one of the main things,
and some big partnerships that we're working on, but really it's to do with the market. And I guess from our perspective, this delay is actually just allowing us to continue to build the nest and to make the project more robust and continue on our development program, which is clearly developing well.
Yeah, totally. And it's not really cancelled, as we've sort of just pushed it. It's postponed. Yeah, it's delayed at the moment. And as we've said, our advisors have advised us, Trustpad have advised us as well to do so. But this is also to protect both the business and also the community. As Guy said, we only have one shot, and we want to launch appropriately and with a bang, which we were going to do anyway. It was... Wow, we were not sleeping, but now this gives a bit of breathing room so we can develop some of the key elements, which is our LP yield farming, charitable DeFi arm, and then, of course, our staking mech, which is top of the line, new form of staking where the data that we collect is bootstrapped to the token. So I think that answers that question. Okay, Sarah, ready for the next one? Bear with us. There it comes. Yep. When do you plan to do the IDO? Good question. So it'll be in the next few months. Well, maybe 6 weeks to no more than, I would say, after March, April. Because of market conditions, I would say March is looking very good for cryptocurrency. June is looking even better. But it's not about that. It's a small amount about that. But at the same time, it's about how ready are we going to be. We're going to be ready next month.
We'll be ready.
We'll be ready next month in February. We'll have the staking mech up and running. We'll have the liquidity pools all ready to go. That's going to be ready in about 4 to 6 weeks, no problem whatsoever. And also, we're going to have a very special marketing thing that we're doing with a
huge announcement,
groundbreaking NFT.
Yeah.
KYC,
it's going to be big. Everyone's excited about it. Everyone's super excited. So we're looking forward to releasing that. That's going to be coming out. We're going to be doing a huge partnership, and then we're going to be promoting that with our partners. We've got a deep partnership here, not just on the surface one. Should I chuck it out there? It's an investment partnership with a major.
No,
not too much. Anyway,
yeah. We'll talk about that. Sorry. So. Next question, please, Sarah. Just in case we don't, he might be listening. Which is fine. We're allowed to release it, but we don't want to yet. Okay, here it comes.
You just tell me when.
I'll tell you when. Nearly went there, Tony. I said, pull you back. Here we go. Are you talking to centralized exchanges, and or no? You mean and or? Yeah. Okay. Come on, spelling. And or decentralized. Which ones? Great question yet again. Full transparency. We're going to be launching immediately after the IDOs on a decentralized exchange. We've currently been researching, deep diving into the new protocols of V3 on Uniswap. There has been some issues, but there's also been some positives with their underlying NFT liquidity pools. Don't know if you guys know about that. But the protocol and the technology under the V3 is good. It's not mature yet, but it will be in the next coming weeks. So that's fantastic. We would love to be launching on Cardano dexes, but unfortunately, there's been a bit of a huge delay there, which is affecting a lot of Cardano projects. So we're sort of going to let them do their thing. ADAX, Sunday Swap, good friends. But, we're going to have to do and stick to our guns here and launch appropriately on a decentralized exchange, Ethereum, Polygon.
Yeah, we'll catch up with them later.
Totally. So currently, QuickSwap is a good option. We're going to only launch on one, but Uniswap is the holy grail for us at the moment. We might stick to V2, move to V3, depending. But again, we do have the sushis. So look, I mean, the world's our oyster. We can choose, which is the powerful thing about decentralized exchanges. And we are talking to centralized exchanges.
Some big ones.
Some big ones as well. We've got a wraparound approach with a major top 3 exchange that we are talking to their investment arm. We've also been talking to all of the ones in the top 5. We've been talking to some in the top 10. But we will announce and update you on that down the track. We're focused on centralized exchanges. We have been talking to them, but we're not making any moves yet. There's a few business calls that we have to manage, because it's not as easy as launching a centralized exchange due to liquidity. You don't want to, divide your liquidity up and have low liquidity on all exchanges. You want to do it right. And I'd rather be on a decentralized than one centralized and grow the volume, grow the community, get exposure, and then we start moving. A lot of projects now, they want to go to centralized exchanges. Many of them off the bat, it's actually not good for the community and also liquidity. And that's the most important. Liquidity and the community are wrapped together, even though it doesn't look like it, it actually is. So I hope I answered that one. Now here comes the fourth question. I was rambling on too much. Okay, Sarah, I get it. Does the IDO postpone impact any real world programs?
No, it doesn't.
No.
The great thing about Immunify is that it actually has 2 separate businesses that interact with each other. So we've got the token itself, which is the IMM token, and then we have the business, the medical business, which is actually just, whatever happens online with the token, the business is still on the ground doing the business. Mm-hmm. So getting there, getting the results, laying the foundations for a successful business.
Yeah, nice. Question 4, please, Sarah. 5, sorry.
Yeah, 5, yeah. Done 4.
Yeah, done that. Nice way of answering that. Talk us through your technical roadmap. What's this? What's with Cardano versus Polygon?
Oh yeah, confusing.
Oh yeah, okay. We've covered this, but we'll go through it again. Actually, Diego, our CTO, has got a roadmap of how this is going to work with the different implementations, DEX launches, etc., liquidity pool. So essentially, okay, let me just go from the beginning. So we are going to be on Cardano. We're going to be a 1.5 on Cardano. You've got your 1 layer, you've got your 1.5. It depends on how you build on Cardano with different chain agnostics and interoperability. So we're looking at being 1.5. Now, the big thing here is Cardano, as we all know, isn't ready for us yet. They're not ready for the decentralized pools aren't working. The smart contracts aren't there. Their wallets are great size. The growth and the network is great, but it will be even better when they get these smart contracts sorted and the underlining, just basically the technology. So what we've done here is health does not wait for chains. So we need to start building now. As we've told you, we're implementing in Kenya, we're in Cameroon, we're going to be doing some stuff in Zambia, and these people, and opioids, of course, in New Mexico. So we've got a lot going on in the business front, and we can't wait for Cardano like some of these other projects. So we've had to build as an ERC20 token. We're going to be a layer 2 solution with Polygon, who we're very close connected to right now. We'll be releasing something about that shortly. And then we're going to build our liquidity on there. We're going to be on a decentralized exchange, as we've said, our liquidity pools and our charitable DeFi arm. Now, this is a big major here that we have to pay attention to. We want to create liquidity, and we've got a charitable DeFi arm, which is going to be incentivizing people for putting liquidity into that, into our pool. And they're going to be incentivized by giving IMs, and then a portion of those IMs you can choose if you want to donate it to our foundation. So there's a big thing that we're growing there. Now, we can't do that on Cardano right now. So we need to do that on Polygon, Ethereum. We've also got our staking mechanism. To do that quickly, sufficiently, and appropriately, we can't do that on Cardano right now. We can only do that as an ERC20. So all these things, and it's very easy to bridge. We're going to be a side chain of Cardano because they are releasing that this year, probably around March. So basically, we're going to use the Ethereum virtual machine, which is the most important thing in Ethereum, in my view, in my opinion. That's the most important thing, even the token price, but more important, the virtual machine. So essentially, we're going to be that on Cardano as a side chain, which means we can interact with every single chain. I don't think people can understand. We're in every single chain. So that's how we're positioning ourselves. So our CTO has done some amazing things, and also Renato has got some interesting information internally around Cardano. Maybe we should, because we have finished those questions. Renato, just off the top of my head, would you like to have do you want to go and talk about some of the internal information there about Cardano? That might be a good idea. Would you like to
fill us
in there? You there, Renato?
I'm here. Hey guys. So can you all hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, cool. I can speak about a few things about internal things about Cardano. Obviously, I have NGOs and I contract all for the rest of my life and my next life as well with Cardano. So I cannot talk about everything, but I can tell you guys this: Cardano is really it's a type of blockchain that it's not the typical blockchain. Like they release things after they test things, peer review it by external people, and that's why everything takes so long. And that's why they released the smart contract functionality in August while I was still working as CMO, but you don't see a lot of action happening there. Is because what they are waiting for is for projects to consolidate in other blockchains and migrate to Cardano. And that's exactly what Immunified is doing. We are building on ERC20 token, and our goal is to move to Cardano. And why Cardano is incredible? Cardano is incredible because it's not only extremely sustainable, not only has a really large supply of tokens, but it also has a very what's the right word, like social good initiative and roadmap, especially in Africa, and which has a really good synergy within with Immunify. So I just want you guys to realize that when you see on a website powered by Cardano, that means that this is like the ultimate. That's where we want to get to because of the synergy, but we need to prove ourselves. So prove ourselves meaning we need to launch it, and we need to get the technology and the mechanisms ready before we can migrate into Cardano. So I'm sure this is Immunify is the ideal type of project that Cardano will support, not only the community of Cardano, but as also the founders, which is IOHK, Emurgo, and the Cardano Foundation. So I just ask you guys to just be a little bit patient in regards to the Cardano migration. It's just a little matter of time, but yeah, it's just like they just need to get the cross the T's and dot the I's, and then we also can just move there. So that's what I just wanted to highlight, because when you see on Powered by Cardano on our website, it might come off as a bit misleading when you say, okay, we are Powered by Cardano, but we are launched at ERC20 token. The reason for that is that we want to create an MVP per se within the crypto sphere, and then migrate to Cardano later on. So that's it.
Yeah. Well said. Thank you for that insight as well. That was great to hear.
Pretty handy to have someone like Renato with all this inside knowledge about what's going on, and just a great experience in the platform itself. Because really, I mean, all the space is so new so to have someone as experienced in Cardano as Renato is just amazing. So
yeah, thank you very much.
Just don't ask me for too much, because they put a hitman on me.
Yeah. No, I just used the word inside, but it's not inside information. It's all publicly available stuff. It's just you.
Yeah, it is public. Yes, and I will try to open up as much as I can, but obviously you guys must understand that I do have major NDAs assigned. So
Totally.
Yeah, you got confused. We got major NGOs.
Yeah, we got.
And I got NDAs. Yeah.
Thanks, Renato.
Thank you, Renato. That was a very good update. If you guys have got any questions about the IDO, please go to the Telegram group. Please like, subscribe, share everything around as well. Please support us. We'll keep you updated on the IDO and the TGE. It will be all synced together. It's not going to be a long delay. Let's just be clear about that. It's not going to be at the end of the year. It's just a month, 6 weeks for us to get our ducks in a row. So I'll thank you very much, everyone. Guy, would you like to say something? Some final words there?
Just to say, we're really looking forward to when we do launch, and that is coming up very, very soon. We are looking forward to really rewarding your patience and your support in us with a spectacular launch, and not only financial rewards, but also you guys and girls knowing that we are making a difference and improving the health and well-being of those who need it. So thanks for joining us on the journey, and looking forward to really doing something special.
Yeah, well said. And yeah, again, thanks community for being there. Thanks for coming today. And yeah, please, any questions, refer to the Telegram official group and share things around for us. That'd be great. And the Twitters, everything's growing nicely. So again, thank you all, and stay tuned, and talk soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.